most?
When I was young, especially, the teasing and the taunting. Children are so incredibly cruel. And nobody understood what was wrong. They just understood I couldn't go outside. I couldn't see to play baseball or frisbee. It used to become the neighborhood game to hit me in the face with a ball and dodgeball. But then I learned as I got older, there was nothing I couldn't do except drive. Because there were challenges and I simply learned to find a way to get through them. I'd hold books closer, but I sewed my own wedding dress, and I ran a neighborhood watch for 16 years and had 22 felony arrests and convictions to our credit.
Okay, how does your daily life differ from someone without albinism?
The biggest thing is getting around, because I can't drive. I'm legally blind, as most albinos are, and albinism is a little bit different, but it affects the back of your eyes, the retina and the macular, and that causes you to not be able to see well. So when I was young, my vision was 2200. As I've aged, it's more like 2500 now. And doing other things, I simply modify how I get around. I know where everything is in my house, and I have glasses and a magnifier in every single room so that I can just read whatever I need to read, or measure out things in the kitchen, or do my nails, anything. I just have to modify how I do it by visual aids. And then sunscreen. Sunscreen is on every day of the year, and I use 100 power, which wasn't around when I was a kid, so I suffered a lot of really damaging sunburns when I was very young, and I've got to be very worried about skin cancer. I've had quite a few skin cancers removed already, and it's something that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life, as, again, anyone with albinism would. But at least now, sunscreens make it a little more bearable.
Okay, and what is the biggest misconception about people with albinism?
I don't know what it is. People in general, even professionals, I've had to explain albinism to doctors. I can remember a doctor that has known me for almost 20 years, but I don't see him that often. But he had no idea I was legally blind. He knew I was an albino, but he didn't know I couldn't see until I told him just a couple of years ago. And he was astonished. And I went through all the genetic information I knew and everything else. And then people don't understand that this is something you pass on to your children. I can never, every one of my children has the gene, but it's a recessive gene. And people don't understand why my children are dark-haired and can tan, and I'm pink with white. And I'm like, they're not your kids. Yeah, they are, because their dad is dark-haired. So whatever I contributed doesn't show. The only way it would show is if they also were to have children with the person that carried the albino gene. I'm the only one, as far back as my family recalls, that has ever had it.